Have you ever wondered why you are still broke? I mean, no offense, but you know you have been working hard, and at the end of the month, you still struggle with your money. That's probably you are making the same mistake that I have made in my life, or most of us do. Here are the five mistakes that's keeping you poor, and I'll try to provide solution for each one of us. Hi, my name is MJ, and I am passionate about helping people in their personal finance journey. Mistake number one, living paycheck to paycheck. When I first arrived in Australia in 2017 on a student visa, I was working part time for minimum wage just to cover my daily expenses. Every cent counted, and I often found myself scrambling to make ends meet. At the time, I didn't think about saving because I was just trying to survive in a new country. But then something shifted. As I worked through my studies, I realized every little bit of money mattered, especially when you're starting out with so little. I decided to take control of my financial future by setting up an automatic saving on payday. No matter how tight my budget was, a fixed amount of money would go directly from my account to savings. This simple step made savings a non negotiable part of daily routine, just like paying the bills. Fast forward 2 years, I completed my studies, got my permanent residency sorted, and now I earn a full time income. Even with a bigger paycheck, I still stick to the habit of automating my savings because I know how crucial it was to build a safety net during my tougher times. This small change not only helped me to build discipline and consistency in my finances, but also set the foundation for my journey to financial stability. I no longer had to transfer manually, knowing that it will be done as soon as I got paid. And that's one of the powerful habits that I mastered over time, and one that can truly change your financial future too. Number two, not having a budget or financial plan. Imagine yourself 5, 10, or 20 years from now. Where do you want to be in financially? Is it owning a home, or retire early, or travel the world? The path to achieving those dreams starts with one simple yet powerful tool called a budget. When I started reading personal finance books, most of the books recommended to have a budget or at least write down my expenses. But I did not want to do it because I thought that I know what are my expenses are and where my money is going. But the real reason I did not want to do it because I know I do a lot of online shopping and impulse purchases. One day I got a text message from my bank highlighting how much I had spent on online shopping for that particular month. I immediately sat down and wrote down all of my expenses, and I was shocked. I realized that I have been paying 3 streaming subscriptions each month, whereas I don't even get time to watch even one. And there were so many other little expenses that I could easily cut down. Then I fully grasped the idea of having a budget. It's not to restrict yourself from having fun, but it's to know where your money is going. One thing that you could take from this entire video, I would say write down your expenses. Trust me, your future self will be proud of you. Mistake number three, only saving, not investing. 2 years ago, I made a big decision. I set out to purchase my first investment property. I was laser focused on saving every possible dollar towards my initial deposit. So I parked all of my money in a high yield savings account. I thought keeping everything liquid and safe was the smartest move. However, due to visa restrictions, I wasn't able to purchase the property, even though I had saved up enough for the initial deposit. It was incredibly frustrating to watch my money sit there earning minimal interest while my opportunity to buy slipped away. It wasn't until recently that I have realized I could have done things differently. Instead of putting all my savings into one basket, I could have diversified. Diversification not only accelerates your financial goals but also cushions you against unforeseen delays or obstacles. Next time, I'll aim for a balanced approach, keeping enough cash for immediate goals while also investing in assets that grow over time. Allocating a portion of my funds into a low cost index fund could have taken the advantage of compound growth, helping my money work harder even while I was saving for the property. This experience taught me a valuable lesson. While saving is crucial, smart investing is just as important. Number 4, allowing bad debts to control your finances. High interest debts like credit cards or payday loans can trap you in a cycle of debt. Let me tell you a wild story about owning my first car and how I ended up in a debt cycle. I needed a car and I found one that I liked for $30,000. The low down payment was appealing and I was so focused on getting the car that I didn't pay enough attention to the interest rate, a whopping 15%. I also didn't factor in that the cars are depreciating asset. What was worth $30,000 at the time is now worth only $15,000. I was excited to drive my new car, but 6 months into payments, I had a rude awakening. I realized how little of my monthly payment was actually going to the principal amount. Most of it was going to the interest, and it felt like I was throwing money away. That's when I finally did the math. The total interest outpay over the life of the loan was shocking. And then to add insult to the injury, I discovered a $2,000 exit fee if I wanted to pay it off early. I felt trapped, but I knew I had to get out of this bad debt. I managed to scrape together the money and pay off the loan, swallowing the hefty exit fee. It was painful, but it was a lesson that I will never forget. Mistake number 5, relying on one income stream. For years, I worked in healthcare. It felt like the definition of stability, helping people, steady paycheck, good benefits. I was set, or so I thought. I was comfortable, maybe too comfortable, and my entire financial life was built on that one job, that one paycheck. Sounds secure, right? I certainly believe it was. Then, out of nowhere, it happened. I was involved in a medication error investigation at work. It was a stressful time. Mistakes happen in healthcare, but this one was serious, and suddenly my job was on the line. Even though I followed the protocols, the investigation was intense. Meetings, interviews, scrutiny, it felt like my world was collapsing. The fear was overwhelming. For weeks, I was living with the uncertainty of whether I would even have a job. And my stable income? It felt like it could be ripped away at any moment. Even though thankfully I kept my job in the end, but that feeling of almost losing it, it was a brutal wake up call. That's when the penny dropped. My biggest financial mistake wasn't overspending or bad investments. It was the sheer vulnerability of depending on one source of income. And my security was an illusion. That near miss at work lit a fire under me. I realized I needed a backup plan, a safety net that wasn't tied to my healthcare job. I had always enjoyed writing, and I knew a bit about personal finance from managing my own money and seeing colleagues and patients facing financial problems. So I started freelancing as a financial article writer in my own spare time. It was slow going at first, fitting it around my healthcare job, but gradually I started landing gigs, building portfolio, and earning some extra income. It's still work in progress and hasn't replaced my full-time income as of yet, but it's even doing something more valuable. It's building a second income stream, it's diversifying my skills, and it's giving me control. Don't wait for a job scare or any other financial shock to realize the danger of one single income stream. It's not about being negative or expecting the worst. It's about being prepared and building the resilience. Let my near job loss experience be a lesson for you. Building multiple income streams isn't about making more money. It's about building true financial stability and peace of mind. So, which of these mistakes have you been making? Let me know down in the comments. If you are ready to break free from these habits and build real wealth, follow me for more money tips. And remember, it's never too late to change your money habits and start investing in your future.